All right, welcome to Game 2 of the game between EG and SK. EG pretty much dominated that first game, so looking forward to them playing another good game. And they really took advantage of that game early and just put SK away before they really even had a chance. So it was a good job by them, and winning that tri-lane out really bad with Puppet Master. Here we don't get to see a lot. Didn't really see him to his fullest potential, but he did do a good job of getting some early kills with those disables he has. So I'm once again joined by the Headhunter. And what did you feel about that first game, Headhunter?
I thought it was, definite domination. They won that tri-lane, and the other lanes also got one as well, so it was pretty much just case in point they would win. So, yeah, and it looks like this game they're going to take that Witch Slayer right away again. That was one of the heroes that really helped them win that top tri-lane, so I think that's definitely a good first pick for them.
Yeah, Witch Slayer, an extremely dominant tri-lane hero with those two disables he has, so he is a good pickup, and it definitely worthy of a first pick, so... I do love. He's one of my favorite heroes in the tri-lane, and he's so powerful. He can get so many early kills. It's the most worthy first pickup in my opinion.
Agreed. Looking at these bans, the only new ban we see is Sparrow. It looks like.
Yeah, he really dominated that first game, and a really good job of them by trying to take him out of there because he dominated Angry Tessie the entire game and really ganked all game. So. A very dominant play by Dodo and a very good job by him.
Yep, we see SK seems to be switching up their tri-lane strategy, going for a Swiftblade kind of tri-lane strategy, it looks like, picking up that Voodoo Jester as well. Panda pick. I haven't seen Panda in a while in a comp game.
Yeah, I ever since I really ran we haven't seen him a lot, and to me it seems kind of like a Sebuzka type hero. Obviously running Gladiator quite often, so I can see him definitely playing that Panda. I'm kind of confused as to why he wouldn't pick up Gladiator. To be honest, he is so good on Gladiator, and it is disappointing not to see him pick him up. But maybe trying to change it up so that SK can't really get a beat on what they're trying to do.
Maybe where do you expect Panda to go with the tri-lane then?
I would expect him to go the tri-lane, but in my opinion, depending on who they pick, especially with that Tundra pickup, I would like to see him maybe go mid. Definitely not the worst decision mid with that ult. It is extremely powerful. He's very good at picking off one hero, so he is a very viable mid hero. It just depends on what they pick up because they definitely need another carry, and with that Bubbles pick, it doesn't really look like they're going to pick up another one.
Yeah, and Panda also able to tank that harass from Tundra once again, so similar to Pharaoh from last game, he could definitely win the lane.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's looking like they're going to pick up Defiler, so if they do pick up Defiler, definitely going to be Panda in that tri-lane, so...
Yeah. Defiler, actually, another hero who we don't see that often in comp games, too, so...
Recently, she has actually picked up Steam, especially with the, I can't even think of what it is right now, with the SEA team, sorry, and especially Dustbin. They like Dustbin and, I'm sorry, I can't remember the other one, but they like to pick them up very often and run a mid and go a really, really tanky build on them and really just sit around and use that ult the entire time. So a very good pickup and an extremely powerful AoE hero, especially against those early levels.
What do you think about this Plague Voodoo Swiftblade tri-lane? I feel like that's another tri-lane that could get beaten by a strong disabling tri-lane like what EG ran last game, because it doesn't really have that many disables once again, just Voodoo.
Yeah, and that Voodoo stun really isn't that reliable. Obviously, if you catch two heroes together, it's extremely powerful, more powerful than any other stun, but in a lane, it's very, very unpredictable and not a really hard stun, and Plague Rider with just the slow, it is a good harass lane, but it's not a good killing lane.
Yeah, it looks like Hag probably be played by Chu if that gets picked up. His most played hero, so that's
He
scary.
never plays Hag, don't lie.
What? No, not at all.
Never in his life.
Apparently he also goes 2-12-7 with Bloodhunter if you look at his recent games.
I didn't see that, that's awesome. No, but yeah, he is, I would say, without a doubt, the best red shag player in the world. And I will stand behind that. Just his builds are just obnoxious, and he farms so well with her, and just gets early puzzle box and just dominates people.
Yeah, Chu really the person who popularized that early puzzle box build. I remember him doing it with Hellbringer mid in beta and all this stuff. Yeah,
and Puzzle Box, an extremely underrated item. Basically, before Chu started using it all the time, it just took so many nerfs, basically because he used it so much. It was used a lot by other teams after him, but he really started off the trend of really making an extremely powerful early game item and something to go for as your first item.
Absolutely, and it was always like really strong in Dota, and yeah, it just took one person to really start using it on for it to just explode.
Yeah, we do see that with items and heroes, especially. You see someone pick it up and really dominate a game with it. I mean, and you can even say that about Fuji Apples playing Battlefield. That one game, I can't remember who they were playing, but he just dominated people, and it caused a 15-minute concede and went like 12-0 or whatever, 15-0, and It's just, you see someone play something really good and you realize how much they can be exploited, and Chu really explained that puzzle box, and even after the nerf, still using it, still does really well with it.
Yeah, so we are going to see, looks like EG does not have a carry.
Panda. That's SK.
Oh, sorry, S.
What are you talking about? Carries on their team.
Panda's not that much of a carry.
Panda's absolutely semi-carry.
Yeah, semi-carry, but no hard carry compared to Swiftblade and Corrupted Disciple.
No, yeah, they don't have any auto-attacking carries per se, but they do have some really strong disables, especially from Pandemonium, especially picks up an early BKB, just doing a good job of disabling, and a really good counter to Swiftblade, and they did pick him up after, so I think that's really what they were thinking. Panda can wreck Swiftblade late game.
Absolutely. And early game, because he can stop the spin. Because he has physical stun.
Yeah, and that's obviously extremely powerful against the early game Swiftblade with the stun, but even with his high armor at the end, especially if he goes for something like a Demonic Breastplate, he can really stop that Swiftblade ult, and it's a really good item on him. So I would like to see him pick up something like that, or at least someone on the team pick up something like that. Demonic Breastplate, a good item for countering Swiftblade with that bonus armor.
Yep, and I guess Hag can also semi-carry, especially when Chu's playing her, so...
Yeah, Chu been known to dominate games with Wretched Hag, so I don't really see a problem with them not picking up a hard carry here.
I mean, if this goes really late, though, I could see SK taking it pretty easily. If it goes really late.
Later and get past kind of the early nuking potential of EG's team, then they will take it, and they really need to watch out. Chu is really the wild card on that Wretched Hag this game, because if he gets farm early and he is able to just jump around the map and take kids out, then it's going to be game over.
Definitely, and so... Looks like EG is going to take this rune. SK not even fighting for it, assuming the rune is there.
Yeah, they're really sitting up at these top woods looking to get a first blood, but EG wants no part of that and trying to just go for the rune right here.
And now it's going to be regen bottom, so it doesn't even matter.
Yep, Corpse Level going to destroy it, and totally worthless first rune. Looks like EG sneaking up on SK right now.
Yeah, this could be bad for SK, although, yeah, SK no ward up top, so...
Yeah, they can't see him coming. They have this ward down at the point just to see what's going on at the tip of the river, but I don't think EG should go in here. This is a bad decision. If Swiftblade gets a spin off early enough, he could probably take out Andromeda or Witch Slayer.
Yep, and so we are going to see Hag versus Corrupted Disciple mid and Bubbles versus Tundra bot. I don't know about Bubbles versus Tundra. That's a little scary for Bubbles.
Yeah, that is kind of a bad lane for him if Tundra can get some good harass off on him. And Bubbles, his auto attack, his attack animation is not good, especially compared to Tundra's.
And Witch Slayer throwing out a stun, probably expecting Voodoo to throw out his stun and trying to stop.
Yeah, they really do need to play kind of... Oh, looks like Panda going in on... Playgrider very early, but looks like Andromeda probably going to get caught by this spin. I don't see her getting out of this one, so... They are going to go for Bloodlust, and good job by SK of turning it on to that. I don't really know why Panda went in there, to be honest. There was 3 heroes stacked up right there. I don't know if he couldn't see them or what.
Yeah,
that was really a bad place to flick him, and Witch Slayer wasn't close enough to throw a stun.
Yeah, big misstep by Panda, but... I mean, that's actually a pretty big deal. Bloodlust on Swiftblade in a tri-lane is a big deal.
Yeah, that is absolutely a huge deal, and just like EG kind of took over with that first blood early, it's going to really help them out in this tri-lane and help them to win it early and get that good farm.
What do you think about Hag versus Corrupted Disciple? Who do you give well, clearly Corrupted Disciple the advantage in the really early levels, but, I mean, as they hit like 6 and stuff, do you think Hag can take control?
It kind of depends on what Corrupted Disciple gets, I guess. If he gets some good damage-dealing items and is able to pick up those last hits from Hag, he'll do well. He just needs to watch out for her Sonar Scream and the amount of damage that can do. He can't take that many. He's got only 600 life, and I think it does 300 damage at level 3. So once she gets level 5, she's really going to be starting to harass with that Sonar Scream. It's going to be hard for him to stay in the lane.
Yeah, already starting a little bit, but Hag dropping really low already.
I think Hag's playing this like she wants to, though, because right now Corrupted Disciple's out of mana, and he's not even close to out of mana, so she's doing a really good job of harassing him and making him back up, and is already sitting on that bottle.
Definitely, and actually could get a kill here, yeah.
Kill.
Gonna take out Corrupted Disciple, it looks like might go down now, so great job by Chu to really take control of this lane.
Yeah, and I think he pretty much baited that entirely the way he wanted to. He made Corrupted Disciple use all of his mana early, and made him unable to really do anything about that, saving some mana for himself.
Andromeda gone again.
Yeah, so even though Chu doing well in that middle lane, this top lane really going heavily towards SK with those 2 kills up there, and Beta's on that Playgrider actually picking up that kill, but Swiftblade's still picking up, especially with that new gold system for the assists, still picking up a hefty amount of gold for just being there.
Yeah, actually, that's something notable that we probably should have talked about. That new gold change is a pretty big deal. It really changes the way gold's added to the game and can make it makes support get a lot more gold when they're assisting and stuff, and it can really boost the items of everyone in the game.
Yeah, and it seems like, in a way, it seems like it's kind of to boost tri-lanes, but it really isn't. The problem with tri-lanes is that when you get low like that, there's really nothing else those support heroes can do, so they end up just sitting in the tri-lane forever. And with that extra gold, they'll be able to run around and do some more, and have ganks, and have enough gold to actually be able to do something. So it is a good change to kind of get away from these tri-lanes and get towards some more exciting gameplay.
True, and honestly, the gold's divided evenly, so even if it pretty much supports tri-lanes and 2 hero lanes equally, so...
Yeah, the same amount of gold going out, but it actually in a way, it gives them more gold overall, but if you do run a dual lane, it does give the person getting the assist more gold, so kind of trying to lean towards that way, but the team's still looking to run these tri-lanes, so maybe we'll see them fade away from it eventually, but for right now, they're really kind of disregarding that gold change.
Yep. And we see, Bubbles actually looks to be winning this bottom lane. I'm actually really surprised at that. Bubbles 19-5, Tundra only 11-2, so Bubbles taking major control of this lane. Must be doing a great job harassing with his range.
Yeah, Angry Tessie, he's been having a rough day on Tundra over there, and Bubbles really taking over. Toto just keeping him down both games, and doing a really good job of just taking over that lane 1v1 and doing a really good job with these heroes.
And Tessie missing the harass there, trying to throw that first skill, and it does not connect, so...
And the one thing I like about Bubbles against Tundra is that if Bubbles gets one level in Take Cover, which I'm sure he did, and no, he didn't. Okay. Well, what I think he should do is get the one level of Take Cover, and he can pretty much dodge all of those piercing shards. They don't move that quick that you can't just take cover right as soon as they're about to hit you and dodge all the damage.
It's true, and actually we see Andromeda here roaming to middle. Probably a good idea considering they were going down so much top. Might take out Crypt Disciple, but Hag getting dangerously low. Does have that haste. Here comes Andromeda. Chu wants blood, but he's really low. There's the stun. Chu's, oh man, the Sonar Scream not in range. And it looks like, and without Andromeda there, top lane couldn't do anything, and Witch Slayer going to get taken out by that tri-lane, so...
Yeah, Panda's farm really, really bad right now. He's 4-1 and under 100 gold, or right at 100 gold. And looks like actually Corrupt Disciple picking up a kill on Andromeda after the fact, so... Good takes by them, and kind of a failed gank by EG right there. Andromeda could not get her stun off early enough, and I think that was really the problem. She got caught in those woods, and they were trying to chase him around, and it really just caused a lot of problems for them.
One very notable thing, Andromeda level 1 right now.
She gonna pick up a kill.
Yep, but yeah, Andromeda does not need levels, but she needs to not be level 1 when the next lowest hero is... The lowest hero on the other team is level 4.
Yeah, Plague Rider's 3, but yeah, she does need some levels, not the most level dependent hero there is, but she definitely does not need to be level 1, and she does need to pick up a little bit on that XP per minute. It's sitting at 15 experience per minute right now. So she does need to pick up on that a little bit just so she can be at least effective in some of those ganks and team fights.
14 XP. Wow.
Looks like Witch Slayer getting dropped.
There's the stun, but yeah, this is actually really bad for EG. I don't know how they can stop this, but they really need to do something to turn the game in their favor. I mean, Bubbles beating Tundra is not going to be enough to win them the game.
No, and they're winning these other 2 lanes, but Swiftblade an extremely powerful hero, and he's getting basically free farm plus kills and assists. And that's bad. He's sitting at around 400 gold per minute already, and no one on EG really doing that well except for Chu sitting at about 350. But really getting dominated in that top lane, that's really bad for them. Already sitting at all 3 level 4, and they're sitting at 1, 2, and 3 in their levels, and that's bad, especially for Panda getting next to 0 farm.
3 heroes under 100 gold per minute, except for Panda.